to be the best player? Just what does it take? My name is Rodrigo Brown, and on today's episode of X's and O's, I will be showing you some examples of what it takes to be the best player in the league and some candidates who I think can just take that mantle. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and let me know down below what you think. But without further ado, let's get right to it. The number one ability you must have in order for me to call you the best player in the game, in my opinion, is to have control and complete control over the game. That consists of controlling the overall flow and pace of the game, controlling how your offense flows, controlling how the other team's defense flows, and just everything in between. So I'm going to show you some guys who I feel like already have that aspect there in their game. And I'm also going to show you some guys who I feel like can elevate to that aspect of the game and truly be able to potentially be the best in the league. So number one right here, we have LeBron James. And specifically, we're going to be looking at 2020 LeBron James. Obviously, you know, the bubble year and everything that went on there after COVID and everything. But I feel like this year of LeBron, he led the league in assists, and he also led this team, the Lakers team, to a championship. And I also feel that this is one of LeBron's most underrated years. And if you look at it just statistically and just how well he played, this is one of his better years throughout his entire career. So real quick, I'm just going to show you a couple of clips of examples of LeBron controlling the flow of the game and the overall aspect of everything that's going on. So right here, you have LeBron getting the ball up in the post, and guarding him is a pretty premier defender in Jimmy Butler, who's someone I would consider a pretty good to elite defender. So it's already going to be a tough task, but it's LeBron James, and let me show you what happens. So LeBron's going to catch the ball in the post, and Rondo is going to start flashing, you know, trying to make some motion, get out of his way really. And then you have Kuzma sitting up at the top of the key. So right now, what LeBron's doing, he's surveying the field and figure out what is the best way possible in order to get a bucket, but also allow me to control what goes on and control this defense. So as we go on, LeBron, you know, he's kind of just working, doing some steps. And right here, you see Kyle Kuzma. He starts to flash just to give LeBron an option, just to, you know, create some movement, give LeBron a chance to see what's going on, and give LeBron the opportunity to make a move off of some motion. So Kuzma is really just going to flash, you know, just to not really looking to get the ball or a real basketball move, but he's kind of just moving, you know, just to make something happen. And as soon as he drives, what does LeBron do? He starts to move. So LeBron started backing down Butler, getting his motion, because the shot clock is at 7, so he has to get into something. Kuzma, pay attention to Kuzma. Kuzma's going to flash to the corner, and everybody on the perimeter from Morris and Caruso is really just going to start bouncing over and really just going to be bumping over. LeBron notices this. You can see LeBron's eyes isn't at the rim. He's looking at that corner, and he's looking at Morris right now. So as you continue to play the clip, LeBron continues to back down, and as most would think, with 6 seconds on the shot clock, Caruso is right here. The lane is very clogged, and the guys right here in Miami, the guys from Miami aren't really playing, you know, man defense. They're really just clogging up the lane to just get in LeBron's way and force him in a bad decision because the shot clock is very low, and that's the best opportunity to force a pretty bad shot. So naturally, some would say pass it to Caruso, but Dragic is in a pretty good position to make a play here if LeBron passed it right there, so that really wouldn't be a good shot and a good enough look for Caruso to make the shot. So LeBron continues to back down, and as you see, 5 seconds on the shot clock, just 5 seconds. His original man is Solomon Hill, who is now just sitting in the paint and has LeBron essentially playing 1 versus 2.5 with the help of Dragic. So, and Solomon is really just he notices this 5 seconds. He's not expecting LeBron to make a darted pass with the lane so clogged, but it's LeBron James. He controls this. So LeBron continues to back down, and right here, LeBron is starting to turn and pivot, put his shoulder into Butler. He has the step on Butler, and naturally, you can see as the reaction from Solomon Hill and Andre Iguodala as well, you expecting him to go up with it. So Solomon Hill, he tries to reach for the ball. LeBron's not even looking at the rim because he already knows where he wants to go with this ball the moment Kuzma went to the corner. Now right here, Andre Iguodala is essentially supposed to be the help man, in which Andre Iguodala is kind of responsible for both of these areas. He's kind of responsible for both of these players because he has the ability to make a play if the ball was to go there. But because LeBron draws so much attention, he has his eyes off of him. And right here, Iguodala, once the ball gets about right here, he's kind of in no man's land. Now Iguodala does a great job at making a contest on the shot, but in my opinion, once a shooter has the capability to rise up and get to his point of release, it's a good shot. When he gets to the point of release uncontested, nothing in his way, all he has is his release in the rim. That's the only thing he has his eyes on. It's really a good shot in my opinion. So great look for a great shooter. Kuzma, nice shot, drains it. Right here, next clip. LeBron is catching the ball once again in kind of that mid-post area to where he has enough room to do whatever he wants and figure out what he's going to do. So as you can see here, he gets the ball on the post, and right here, you kind of got some flash screens from AD and Rondo, kind of just, like I said, just to get some motion, just to get the defense moving so LeBron can realize what he's looking at. But that's really all a decoy, because if you pay attention, what LeBron's main point of view right here is Kelly Olynyk. That is who LeBron is looking at. You can see that his eyes are kind of right here because, he's trying to have the assumption that he's not either looking at the rim or looking at Kelly, but he's really looking at Kelly at the corner of his eye just to see what he's doing. Because if you notice, Kelly, he's in the paint, but then he hops out. And the reason why he hops out is because he wants to avoid a 3-second violation, so he has to hop out and hop in. LeBron notices that, and he takes advantage of that. So if you continue to play it, some more motion, Kelly's back in the paint, and right here he also has to watch for Kyle because Kyle is a good shooter, but he's really just trying to get into the paint because he has the ability to go up there in case of a skip pass to get there in time or jump it and make a steal, but he's still getting out of paint to avoid the 3 seconds. And the moment Kelly is not looking at LeBron faces up, makes a move, and then he drives. And the reason why he drove so hard and so quickly is because, like I said, when Kelly went out the paint, but also when you have Duncan Robinson coming to the hole, that really just solidifies it. Because Duncan Robinson isn't a shot blocker, and at this point, the only thing LeBron has to do is beat Jimmy Butler to the point and finish on the other side to avoid a block. Now, last clip from LeBron here. As you can see, the Lakers are kind of like a 5-out setting. Nothing's going on inside the paint. So a lot of perimeter guys out there try to get some shots, some 3-point shots, see what happens. At this point, they're already up big and they're winning 95-75, but still another clip just to show how dominant LeBron is and just how much he controls the game and controls his team, but also the other team. So right here, Alex Caruso comes to set a screen, and Kendrick Nunn is hedging so hard to where it's essentially a double team at this point in time. It's kind of like a mini double team until Caruso gets off of the screen so Nunn can go back and recover. But he hedges extremely hard. And right here, LeBron can't really go nowhere. If he goes left, he's in Nunn's lap. If he drives, he's in Iguodala's lap. So in a sense, he really just has to figure out what he wants to do and do it fast before they decide to fully double team him, or before the play develops and Nunn gets back to Caruso. So right here, he backs up, and right here, Caruso gets off the screen and he's beginning to dive. Right now, all LeBron is looking at is Kelly Olynyk once again. He's trying to figure out what is Kelly Olynyk going to do, and he's controlling what he's going to do. So right here, Kelly Olynyk, you can see he slowly starts to step up, and right here, when LeBron is right here, and from the way LeBron is holding the ball, you're expecting him to make that pass to Caruso just by the way it looks and just how he's kind of faking that way, because his eyes hasn't looked anywhere else but Caruso on this side of the court since they started hedging him. And so I'm gonna back it up a little bit. You see right here, you can see his body momentum start to change and he starts to face Caruso. LeBron notices that at the corner of his eye, and look who he passes it to. Morris. Olynyk's out of place. Great shooter, good look, easy buckets. So that's just a quick example of just what it takes and how it looks to have the ability to control the game and control the outlook and aspect of just everything within the flow of the game. And LeBron does that night and day. Now, obviously, because of his age, LeBron, you wouldn't consider him to be the best player, because of some things he has with his defense efficiencies, and, with his age, you don't want to really put him up there. But I feel like back in 2020, you could argue besides Giannis, and even over Giannis, you could argue he was the best player in the league just because, like I said, how dominant he was in controlling the game. So now I want to show you two guys who I feel genuinely have the ability to take over and fight for being the best player in the league. And my first guy I have right here is none other than Devin Booker. The reason why I say Devin Booker is obviously he has the skill set, he has the shot creation ability, he has the scoring ability. But the main reason why I feel like he is on the cusp of becoming, you can argue, one of the best players, if not the best player in the league. All he has to do is tap into his passing game, which allows him to control the flow and aspect of the game. So first play right here. As you can see, the Suns, they're kind of in, I want to say a little bit of a horn set, because you got two guys right around the box area. You got, it's kind of like a 1-2-2 look with two guys in the corner. And you got two guys in the box, which is, in a sense, you pass it down to one of the guys, or one of the guys set a screen. You know what I mean, a horns look if you don't know. But you got Booker, as you pay attention. Chris Paul hands the ball off, kind of just gets in the way to give a little bit of action, a little bit of, something to flash at the defense. And Booker comes out, flashes hard, and right here. Booker came to the ball so quick that it forced, right here, he came to the ball so quick that it forced Brook Lopez to switch on him. It forced him to switch on him just because how quick he came to the ball, and you can't give him that space of trying to recover back to Ayton. So he has to switch in order to not give up, an easy pull-up jumper for Booker. And right here, Booker notices the mismatch, throws it up to Ayton. Just simple plays like that just has the ability, simple plays like that, to where you don't notice, or just to where you don't even think about it, coming to the ball quick enough to where you're forcing a switch and just giving it off to the mismatch. And, that's just one way of controlling the game and just taking advantage of everything you can within the game. Okay, so right here, it's kind of like a mini fast break right here. Booker's in the corner. Once again, he has the mismatch on him. So obviously, Brook Lopez, a good inside defender, a good shot blocker, but on the perimeter, he's slow as a bag of potatoes, if I'm being honest, on the perimeter. And Booker knows that, and he takes advantage of that. Let me show you. Play it. So Booker, just real simple, starts to beat him off the dribble. And right here, Brian Forbes is forced to help because he got around Brook Lopez so fast, and there's nothing Brook Lopez can do. He's going to need help. So Brian Forbes comes in, and look what you notice. 23, Cam Johnson, wide open. And a beautiful pass by Booker to just, skip the baseline and just skip it right to him. Easy money. Good shooter, good look. And right here, this is one of my favorites. Fast break. In a sense, it's kind of a 1-on-3, 1-on-4, because Drew Holiday is right on his tail. And that end, you would think that he would go towards the NBA Finals logo, to get away from Holiday, who's trailing him. But he doesn't, because if he does, you would assume Holiday's going to follow him, Middleton's going to step up, a double team, kill the break. But no, this open area. And look who's at the perimeter. Brook Lopez. And Booker notices that. And you want to see what he does? He attacks that open space. And by attacking that open space, he's forcing Brook Lopez to not just fall back into the paint, because Brook Lopez is going to be forced to step up and make a play on Booker, because he has to. Because if he doesn't, Booker is going to have an easy pull-up mid-range. And then that's easy money for Booker. So Brook Lopez has to guard that. And once he does that, Holiday is trailing him so hard. And once you look at Brian Forbes right there, he's just going to the closest man guarding him because he has no clue, because his eyes is on Booker. And once he gets, he simply just dumps it off the pane. And look at Forbes. He was expecting it to go to Cam Johnson because that was the first person he saw. The trailer and Cameron Payne. Easy money, open 3. Now I want to show one more play for Devin Booker before I get to my next candidate for best in the league. Fast break once again. In a sense, you kind of got like a 2-on-4. Reason why I say 2-on-4, and I don't include Ayton, is because Ayton is kind of uninvolved right here, because he can't do nothing right now until he gets inside of the 3-point line. So it's kind of a 2-on-4. Booker realizes that he don't really got any numbers, no real space to work with. So he escapes the dribble, waits for his guys to get back. Ayton comes for the screen, and right here, Booker pounds hard with the left, because he acts like his screen is coming to the left, because he wants to get Holiday on his left side, because he knows what he wants to do. He tries to get Holiday on his left side, and he does that because Holiday, after retreating a little bit, he comes right back up into his chest, and Booker has the speed to simply cross around that, and Holiday can't recover in time because Ayton is right there on the other side of his hip. So right here, Booker, he has open space, but at the same time, he has to be mindful. The reason why I say he's got to be mindful is because Holiday is an elite defender, as we all know, and he's the type of player who's going to be right behind Booker and try to chase him off and do whatever he can to whether Booker tries to pull up mid-range floater, he's going to be right there to swat it and contest it, or he's going to come behind him and try to poke the ball out. So Booker has to be mindful of that, and since he has to, he does, because Booker is smart. As you can see right here, this head nod with Booker's face turning that way is because he's looking for Holiday. He's looking for him. He wants to know where he's at. And once again, crowds back, looks back one more time. The reason why he looks back one more time, because he just simply wants to confirm that Holiday is not on him, and he has the low man in he has the low man in Lopez, who, like I said, is just not real fast and not real quick enough to really do anything with Booker's speed and how quick he can get to the point of the attack. So Booker simply rises up, can't do nothing with him. Now, for my next and final player on who I feel can truly be considered best in the world if he takes advantage of what he needs to, is Jason Tatum. And for the same reason as Booker, is because I feel like Jason Tatum has the capability and the team around him in a real sense to just be a great passer, because I feel like he's capable of that. And I feel like that's what's going to truly take them to the next level and truly take his game to the next level to where he could truly become the best player in the league. The same for Tatum. I feel like if Tatum takes advantage of the pieces around him and truly buys into being an efficient and consistent passer, not looking to score. You're not looking to score, you're looking to make a play. Whether it be you're making a play by scoring, or you're making a play by doing anything else, by making other guys score, helping other guys score, you're just trying to make a play. Look at the first clip. So first clip right here, you got Tatum coming off a screen and he's being guarded by a good defender in Andrew Wiggins. Great perimeter defender. Andrew Wiggins, they're high at the top of the key. He's guarding him pretty tightly. So Robert Williams is here to set a screen, but Tatum denies the screen because Andrew Wiggins is expecting to screen. So before Andrew Wiggins can really set his feet, he's jumping to prepare himself for the screen. Tatum takes off opposite. So he's driving, and right here, simple skip pass to Grant Williams. Now if you're Grant Williams, great pump fake, makes a play. And an assist for Tatum. I feel like that's, just one way to just help your team and to just be a playmaker, a true playmaker. Same thing right here. You kind of get a down screen up top, because there's really just some commotion right here. White gets the ball, Poole, you can see he's expecting a screen as he begins to get low and prepare himself, but White dumps it off, and White is the one who sets the screen. Tatum pushes off of Wiggins, get him off of him, and he gets the ball right here. Immediately, firstly, great recognition by Robert Williams. Draymond Green is out of position. Naturally, I feel like if Draymond Green was anywhere lower or, kind of below the three-point line right here, Robert Williams is setting a screen, because I feel like this is supposed to be a double screen. But he notices that Draymond Green is out of place. And what he does? He dives immediately, and Tatum notices it and quickly drops it off to him. And in all honesty, Poole is supposed to slide over, and whether it be take a charge or simply just get in the way, he doesn't. And Robert Williams is just easy dunk. Tatum gets it right here, once again being guarded by Andrew Wiggins, who is a good perimeter defender. Simply spins off of him just to get him going, get his momentum going somewhere, and just so he can start to make a play. He has to step a little bit, so he starts to drive. And right here, Klay Thompson, way too deep inside. No reason to be this deep inside the paint. Tatum realizes that, skips it over. And like I said, once a shooter has the capability to rise up and get to his point of release with no contest, good shooter, great shot. Right there, easy money, swish. So that's it for this one right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about this episode of X's and O's, and if my breakdown and in-depth look into this was it proper? Was it making sense? Excuse me. And did you enjoy it? If you have any opinions on it, or if you have any other ideas, let me know down below. My name is Nikola Brown. Thank you for watching. Peace out.